these are difficult times for the United States at home and in the world. There's no doubt about it. Anybody that wins this election, or whoever does, is not going to have an easy world, not going to have a simple, plain America. Lots of problems.
But New Mexico, I know this. It will take a new direction. It will take new leadership. It is time to turn the page on 8 years of economic policies that put Wall Street before Main Street, but ended up hurting both. We need policies that grow our economy from the bottom up so that every American, everywhere, has the chance to get ahead. Not just the person who owns the factory, but the men and women on the factory floor.
Did he ever talk to the executives of Fannie and Freddie about these reckless loans?
No.
Did he ever discuss with them the stronger oversight I proposed?
No.
You know, if Senator Obama is such a champion of financial regulation, why didn't he support these regulations that could have prevented this crisis in the first place?
Who is happy with the war? Stop the war! We're in too long.
I'll confront the $10 trillion debt. The $10 trillion debt on you. The federal government has run up. And I'll balance the federal budget by the end of my term in office.
I can take 10 more days of John McCain's attacks, but you can't take 4 more years of Bush-McCain economics. That's why I'm running for president of the United States of America. We're not going to let George Bush pass the torch to John McCain, and we're not going to let John McCain hide from his 26-year record. It is time for change. Now, I know these times are difficult. I know folks are worried. But I'm confident we can steer ourselves out of this crisis because I believe in this country. I believe in you. I believe in the American people. This is the United States of America. We are a nation. We're a nation that's faced down war and depression, great challenges and great threats. And at each and every moment, we have always risen to meet these challenges, not as Democrats, not as Republicans, but as Americans, with resolve, with confidence, with that fundamental belief that here in America, our destiny is not written by us. It's not written for us, it's written by us. We decide what our future is.
For everybody.
This crisis started in our housing market in the form of subprime loans that were pushed on people who couldn't afford it. Bad mortgages were being backed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and it was only a matter of time before a contagion of unsustainable debt began to spread. This corruption was encouraged by Democrats in Congress and vetted by Senators.
So they said they'd be focusing instead on attacking me. Now that's one promise. That's one campaign promise that they've kept. Senator McCain has been throwing everything he's got at us, everything, hoping something will stick. He's even called me a socialist for suggesting that instead of giving tax cuts to corporations and the wealthy, we should give tax cuts to the middle class. Then the other day he took it to a whole new level. He said that I was like, get this, George W. Bush.
Today, we're seeing the stock market fall, the credit crisis spread to other parts of the world. Our economy is still hurting. Working families are worried about the price of groceries, the price of gas, keeping their jobs and paying their mortgage. Further action is needed and must be done. We need to restore confidence in our economy and in our government, and I have the leadership and the experience and the knowledge and the judgment to do that. Why has Senator Obama refused to disclose the people who are funding his campaign?
He's ashamed of it.
No, the American people deserve answers, and they deserve to know.
The crisis we face is the worst since the Great Depression. Businesses, large and small, they're finding it impossible to get loans, which means they can't buy new equipment or hire new workers, or even make payroll for the workers they have. We've lost more than 750,000 jobs this year. Wages are lower than they've been in a decade, at a time when the costs of health care and college have never been higher. It's getting harder and harder to make the mortgage or fill up your gas tank or even just keep electricity on at the end of the month. At this rate, the question isn't just, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? The question is, are you better off than you were 4 weeks ago?
During the Democratic primary, he promised to double taxes on every American with a dividend or an investment. He promised to raise payroll taxes. He promised higher taxes on electricity. Now Senator Obama claims he will give 95% of Americans tax relief.
You want to hear about how we're going to attack the challenges facing middle-class families each and every day. What we need right now is honest leadership. What we need is transformative leadership. That's why I'm running for President of the United States, to fight for you in the middle class each and every day of the